It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. Here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device and take us on all of your summer vacations. Plus, we're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just look up Kern Radio and streaming live on YouTube. Head over there right now, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks for all your IT needs. Call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And welcome to the JR Show. We have a great one for you lined up today. I promise we do. We have guest, and another guest. We have, it's Monday, so of course, me and Mike at the movies. We're going to be talking about Supergirl came out this past, was Supergirl, right?
It is Supergirl.
I think it's Supergirls came out this past weekend. Minions comes out this weekend.
Oh, that was out already.
Did that one come out last week? No, that's
no. I mean, I thought it came out the same weekend as Supergirl. You might be right though. I haven't been following it.
I think it's this weekend. They did like 3 in a row, and then
I don't know why I'm excited for a Minions movie.
Are you really?
Well, I mean, not excited. Like I'm not gonna be the first one to go see this movie in theaters, but I don't know. They got a little bit of charm to them. I will agree.
It's hard not to love them. It's like it's like a puppy. You can't. They're cute.
No, it's true. And you could just throw out anyone that looks like a little bit different and say, oh, this is Bob. Oh, hi, Bob. This is a new one.
Yeah,
cool.
It's a new one.
Let's follow him today.
You give them a little bit of character, and they're great.
And they're meeting Cthulhu.
that comes out, I believe, this weekend. And then we have to talk about the best 4th of July movies of all time. Or what movies do you at least associate with 4th of July?
Independence Day.
Yes.
Sandlot.
Yes, but I had another list that had those way down. I was like, wait a second. I'm about to throw this list out. This list doesn't even, what do you mean Sandlot's all the way down at 55? Are you
have like
crazy?
4th of July movie? Like, is that a thing?
Yeah, born on the 4th of July. Nah, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, I know you could just pretty much say the most patriotic movie you could think of, but
well, and that's part of the discussion we'll have with Mike is and it's the same thing like Christmas. People say Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It's not, but
But it is. But it's not. It is.
But it is. But it's not.
Right. And
but
so
in the same aspect, Harry Potter is a Christmas movie then.
What makes it a Christmas movie, or what makes it that holidays movie? Like Jaws is associated with 4th of July because it came out in the summer around the 4th of July. So everybody's like, oh, Jaws is a 4th of July movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right? It's same thing. Sandlot, 4th of July movie. It's summer. It's baseball. There's fire. They have the 4th of July in it. It's set during the summer, during the 4th of July. Independence Day, obviously. It's set during, but then there's movies that don't even take place during those times, like Die Hard during Christmas. That I mean, it's like Die Hard takes during place during Christmas, but it's not set around Christmas.
Exactly. There you go.
Yes, but then movies like, for instance, What was the other one that was on the list? Even Saving Private Ryan.
Okay, but see,
it's like it's not a 4th of July movie.
Exactly. War movies don't count.
But it's Glory was the other one on the list. It's like
okay, maybe Glory kind of counts.
Does it?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is Glory the one I'm thinking of about the Revolutionary War and all that?
No, it's the Civil War with the all-black regiment.
Yeah, then never mind. No, that doesn't count.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's what does count and what doesn't count. What makes it necessarily a holiday movie? We'll talk to Mike more about it because he probably he doesn't know more. He's a professional at it, you guys. It's his job.
And for those of you who are mad at me saying, well, how does Independence Day count? That's a fake war. We're fighting aliens.
It's a fake war movie. It's a fake war movie.
Fake.
We'll talk.
It's okay.
We'll talk with Mike, with me and Mike at the movies, as we do every Monday. Eytan Wallace, you guys might remember him. He was on KGET for a while, helped out a lot doing political stuff, did the debates with Jim Scott while he was here. He is up in Sacramento doing a bunch of work up there. is with the Nexstar Media Group, does all the work. You still see him on KGT. He's just not here locally anymore. He's up in Sacramento. We'll talk with Eytan Wallace. I've been wanting to get him on and try to get some sort of regularity with them. Him and Ashley Zavala are probably the two best Sacramento reporters we have up there. I know there's a handful of others, but them two, specifically for me anyways, are two of the best. And so I would love to also get Ashley Zavala on at some point. But Eytan, we've been working on it for a while now, and we've at least nailed down one appearance for him. We'll try to get him on regularly, though, just so we can get Sacramento updates about what's going on up there. You guys hear me talk about some of the crazy laws and bills that come out of there sometimes that just don't make any sense. I mean, for instance, the parents' rights that have been going on and the Supreme Court striking that down. There's a lot coming out from California. So Eytan is a wealth of information, knows everything that's going on. And not only that, asks the right and the hard questions at those press conferences. So we'll talk with Eytan Wallace later in the program. And then we got some crazy internet stories, things that happened on the internet that I ran into over the weekend, like fire breaking out while people are trying to roast marshmallows, somebody getting ran over on a beach. And then Chris brought it up to me last week, and I'd been hating it all weekend, as well as a whole bunch of people. The change to Pirates of the Caribbean. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I'll explain a little bit later in the show. And then new details about the dog attack out there in Cal City, as the owner of those dogs have been arrested, that led to a 12-year-old drowning and his 8-year-old sister being attacked by the dogs. We've learned more about what happened that day. I will try to tell you what police are alleging took place according to court documents. But we'll start here locally. Tragedy over the weekend, and it frightens me because summer just started. And we haven't even, this weekend is about to be a holiday weekend. The 4th of July is going to land on a weekend. And I heard of at least 2, if not 3, DUI related crashes. The one on Saturday day, was that Saturday day? Yeah, Saturday day. I was at my sister's house. She lives over by Ming and Ash. And she's sitting on Kern County activities on her phone. She's like, oh, look, there's an accident down the street right here on Ming and Ash. Oh, wow, look, he hit a fire hydrant and a telephone pole. Or power pole, I guess. They don't call them telephone poles anymore. They're power poles. Nobody has a telephone, Chris, so they're not telephone wires anymore. They're just power lines, I guess, right? Used to be called a telephone pole. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. But I mean,
but nobody, that's not what they're used for anymore.
It's
electrical poles, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. But he hit that and the fire hydrant. So I go out in my sister's backyard. I'm like, well, that's just right here. Oh, crap. They got ash closed all the way off. That's water's just spewing into the air. I remember when they did that around the corner from my work. It's going to take hours to get that thing shut off. And sure enough, took hours to get the water shut off, which always amazes me. Why? Why does it take that long to get the fire hydrant turned off? But turns out he was intoxicated. So he gets arrested. Then Saturday late night, Sunday, I guess they can technically call it Sunday since it happened after midnight. I'm lying in bed. I have the window open because it's so nice this weekend, weather-wise. And I hear a siren go by. It's about midnight. I don't think anything of it because it's California Avenue. I hear a lot of sirens go down California Avenue. Then, immediately following that, I hear another siren. And then another siren. 3 different sets of sirens going by. I said, oh, man, something happened. Usually it's 1. If 2, okay, maybe. But 3 sirens just went by just after midnight. That can't be good. I didn't go out and investigate because they just flew by. I didn't think it was that close. Turns out, no, it was close. It was close. Did you hear about this, Chris, right here? The 76 gas station that's right on Chester Lane right here.
Yeah.
The corner where it's the 76 and then accelerated urgent care, and then it's Canes. So it's that corner right there. Well, somebody was coming out from Chester Lane. I don't know where they were coming from. I would assume maybe a movie or something. It's midnight. Movies are getting out late. So they're coming out this way, and they're going onto California Avenue. They have the green light entering the intersection. A BMW comes flying. Bow! Westbound on California. Hits him right in the driver door. Kills him. Dude was minding his own business at midnight. Don't know where he was coming from. Had a green light. Went into the intersection, and allegedly somebody that had been drinking, they did the field sobriety test. He's been arrested for DUI, allegedly drinking and driving, runs the red light and slams into him. Just doesn't make any sense. And I'm worried about the summer because we hear about these things consistently now. It seems almost every weekend, if not every other weekend. The only reason I feel like we didn't have a bad DUI accident last weekend is because the CHP was in town doing maximum enforcement across the whole city. Not a DUI checkpoint that doesn't work and nets you one DUI driver. No, they did a whole sweep of the city, which netted in 20-some DUI arrests we heard. But of course, as soon as the CHP leaves town, it's game on. Everybody just drinking and driving again. And this weekend, it's gonna be fourth. It's always, as much as I enjoy holidays landing on the weekend, it just scares the crap out of me to be on the road. It really does. Because there's gonna be some yahoos, there's gonna be some idiot that hasn't learned their lesson. It's not worth it. And how many times do we hear, just like in this case over the weekend, the DUI driver, oh, he's fine. Yeah, he went to the hospital for some minor injuries. I think he was more scared and just trying to buy as much freedom as he could because he knew he screwed up. He killed somebody, and he knew it. And I think it started to set in on him. Damn, I just better go to the hospital because that's my last smell of freedom. Not that he's going to do a lot of time because, as we've learned, at least, I don't know, maybe California and the nation's the same, but I just worry about here in Bakersfield and Kern County. They ain't going to do a lot of time, my guy. Don't worry. You get yourself the right attorney, you'll be out in 4 to 6 years. Doesn't even matter if you killed anybody anymore. Hell, I'm sure the district attorney has a written up plea agreement already in place for these kinds of things. And that's why nobody learns their lesson. Somebody lost their life this weekend because somebody couldn't call a friend, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a taxi, walk home. I don't care. Stop drinking and driving. It's just not worth it. Some young kid crashes on Megan Ash because he's intoxicated and going too fast, hits the center divider, takes out a power pole, a fire hydrant. His car is totaled, hurt his friend. It's not worth it. Somebody else plows into a driver's side door, running a red light, intoxicated, killing the other person. It's just not worth it. And remember, our favorite DUI driver, Miss Madison Williams, is still on the road. So just be careful out there. It's 4th of July weekend. What's that?
Well, I was just about to say, if you really want to think about it, this could go the opposite direction too for people who do like to go out and get drunk and be stupid like this.
It happened.
We could totally not just that way, like the person
remember
that's
they got hit.
Hurt.
Yeah.
I'm saying more the city could also come down with an ordinance, not throwing this out there saying they should, but we could turn into one of these cities in California that everything shuts down at a certain time.
Yeah, we can shut it off sooner.
11 o'clock.
Screw 2 o'clock in the morning. Screw
or you
midnight.
have nowhere to go.
Screw midnight.
11 and then all of you really are going to complain that there's nothing to do here. Well, that's because you guys can't be trusted.
You guys are idiots. Sorry, I don't like to call people names on this show, but I have very little tolerance for DUI drivers, especially in today's age.
I agree.
It's just there's
no excuse.
There's no excuse.
Get an Uber.
Get a freaking Uber.
It's literally built into your phone when you buy it. You don't have to download the app anymore.
I've walked home because I didn't want to drive drunk. I've walked because my phone was dead. I couldn't get an Uber, and I'm like, screw it, I'm just walking.
Even that could get you in trouble, but that's less trouble than you would get in if you're driving.
Seriously. Speaking of DUIs, trial date has been set for August in the case of a man accused of driving with a blood alcohol content of more than 4 times the legal limit when his pickup truck, remember this story, when his pickup truck left the road as he came careening around a corner, smashed into a little boy that was having tacos with his dad, killing the young child. Andres Serna on Monday was given an August 10th trial date. He's 33 years old. He had 2 prior DUI convictions. And still didn't stop him because he just didn't learn his lesson. And one of our other more famous DUI drunks, the Christmas parade alcoholic, Alan Booth, who we can't seem to just get a freaking trial started for. This happened back in 2023. We're 2.5 years almost. We're ready to set up Christmas again. 3 years later, still can't get this guy to court. Now we're learning his defense attorney, Jeremy Bremer, has filed a motion this week to be released from the case. This guy's never going to see a trial. I believe he's still in jail, hopefully. They set a hearing for Wednesday to confirm Bremer's release and appoint new counsel. By the time he goes to court, they're going to sentence him to the amount of time that he's already done, and he's going to walk out by the time he's done with his trial. That's what's going to end up happening. Let's take a break. On the other side, I'll give you those sad, grim details that are coming out about the dog attack in Cal City that left a 12-year-old boy drowned in a pond and his 8-year-old sister mauled by the dogs. The dog owners due in court. I'll tell you a little bit about what went down that day. The Supreme Court has come out with some rulings. One we discussed with our friend Ali Trio about mail-in ballots. I'll tell you what SCOTUS has decided. We'll talk to Eytan Wallace. He is a Sacramento reporter with Nexstar Media. Get all the things that are going up on Capitol Hill, what ballot measures you can expect, plus why your gas is about to go up. Crazy things from the internet. Then me and Mike at the movies. Talking about Supergirl, Minions, and 4th of July flicks. All that coming up. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. First Look with Scott Cox, morning 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk water stuff with the best in the business. That's Lois Henry from sjbwater.org. We will have state-of-the-art news, traffic, and weather. We got 3 hours to get it done. It's all happening 6 to 9 a.m. right here at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Warmer weather is finally here, and that means cookouts,
ball games,
and maybe enjoying some time on the water.
But it also means lots of heavy food, sweets, and maybe an extra adult beverage or two. Thank goodness we both take Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All the things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
With trusted natural ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and artichoke extract, it's gentle enough to take all year long.
No harsh cleanses, no extreme detoxes, just simple daily liver support. We really feel the difference.
Active Liver helps us enjoy the good things in life with peace of mind that our liver isn't working overtime. Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com, and you can find it in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now Active Liver is available at your local GNC.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on Newstalk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Online at kernradio.com. I want to say hi to Vicky. Ran into her at Houchin on Friday when I was checking in. I walked in. They're like, oh, there he is. Only 10, 15 minutes late. Calm down.
On a Friday, they want to go home.
I know. Well, and that's the thing that sucks is for them anyways, because I'm there for 2 hours because I do platelets. And so it's from beginning to end, check in and all that, it's about a 2-hour gig, right? And so by the time I get back there, they want to get me hooked into the machine, by 4, if no later, because that pushes up right into 6, and that's what time they close. And it's like, oh, we got to, dang, of course, JR walks in at 3:45, of course, and he's going to do 3 bags, and it's going to take forever, of course. No, they're very kind. Trust me, all of them are very sweet. But then the lady at the counter, one of the ladies checking in, I guess, to give blood, turns and goes, is that JR? Oh my gosh, I can't go anywhere. Hi. No, so I met Vicky though. So thank you, Vicky, for also giving on to Houchin, as it is very much needed right now. I think they're in need of platelets too. So get over there and check them out. Come with me, Chris.
I need to.
I know you do. You keep talking about it. I'm about to go to Disneyland because of them.
When's your next appointment?
I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, I went last Friday. I can go every week. But every once in a while, they'll do a promotion where they'll give you a $50 digital gift card, and you can exchange that gift card for all sorts of different.
That's when I need to go because I need to get in on the gift card.
And you can go from like 1-800-Flowers to Zappos. There's everything in between. Amazon, there's all kinds of gift cards. Well, I found that they have Disney gift cards. So I've been trading in my $50 gift cards for Disney gift cards, and I've accumulated $200 in Disney gift cards. Well, a summer ticket for kids is only $50, and an adult price is $149 on certain days. So I found a day, and me and my daughter now get to go to Disneyland, thanks in part to Houchin.
Yeah, I could just use it on groceries. That's all I'm looking at.
There you go. You can use it on groceries. You can use it on whatever you like. Got to get to a break. On the other side, I'll tell you what SCOTUS said about mail-in ballots, and then we'll talk to Eytan Wallace about what's going on in Sacramento. We'll be right back.
I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The U.S. Supreme Court has released a number of decisions in court cases prior to the summer recess. One of them involves mail-in ballots in the state of Mississippi. The court ruling 5-4 today that the state can count those late ballots that arrive after Election Day. The High Court ruling the ballots must be postmarked on or before Election Day and can show up no later than 5 business days after Election Day. Republicans had been pushing for tighter restrictions to ensure election integrity. They fear the permission for the late ballots makes it easier for people to cheat. When it comes to health coverage, fewer Americans opting for Obamacare these days. New federal figures show about 3 million fewer people had Affordable Care Act health insurance plans in the month of February. It was a booming session on Wall Street amid all the hope for an end to the war with Iran. The Dow was up by 306 points. The closing bell, the NASDAQ up 522. This is SRN News.
No one likes saying that last goodbye to the furry.
Headlines from the KERN newsroom.
Kern County is expected to spend about $4.5 billion of your tax dollars during the next fiscal year, and state law requires that they get your input before passing a budget. A public hearing will be held tomorrow during the SOUP's meeting. Around $357 million will be going to the Sheriff's Department budget and $293 million to public assistance. The woman who was killed when her house caught fire last Monday has been ID'd by the Kern County Coroner's Office as 83-year-old Charlene Elaine Costello of Bakersfield. That fire happened on James Road near Petrol Road. The fire was about 1:20 a.m. She was found and pronounced dead about 2 a.m. The coroner's office says an autopsy will be done. The cause of the fire is not being made public. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Attention, Medicare beneficiaries in Kern County. Are you looking for a doctor who truly listens? Someone who cares about your health and respects your time with minimal wait times and prompt referral authorizations? Well, it may be time to learn about QualCare IPA. QualCare IPA partners with most Medicare Advantage health plans, giving you access to a large, community-based network of outstanding physicians and quality hospitals right here in Kern County. Local doctors, trusted hospitals, personalized care. Medicare Advantage plans offer benefits beyond original Medicare, but understanding your options for 2026 can feel overwhelming. That's where we can help. Call 661-554-4544 today to learn more about your Medicare Advantage choices. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help you understand your coverage options and make confident decisions about your care. Again, that's 661-554-4544. Get the information you need and the coverage you deserve. For accommodations of persons with special needs at meetings, call 661-554-4544, TTY 711.
The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
I'm telling you, Dalton Rushing's days with the Dodgers are numbered. In a couple of days or weeks, when he gets either sent back to Oklahoma City or released, you're going to think of Ralph Bailey. Why? Because you just don't mess with the superstar. That is the basic rule of professional sports. John Paxson never messed with Michael Jordan.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com, and stream it on YouTube if you head over there right now. Just look up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They're powered by Adaptive Networks. Call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. What now, Chris?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. What is they saying? 661. You can call us and text anytime. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. What do you got on there?
The first one just says, JR, you were talking about Disneyland at the beginning of your show.
Yes.
Did you hear and see the video of the teen who's got out of the water ride at Disneyland? That poor kid flew out of the back of the ride into the waterfall. Poor kid.
He jumped.
No.
He jumped.
That kid, you know what's funny? The more I've learned about this, the mom sold him out right away.
Yeah.
The mom pretty much told on him. And if you look, there's actually like a rendering of that video that we saw, because the video that went around TMZ was awful.
Yeah.
And you know how we were talking about how it looked like dad or mom was trying to grab him and stop him? Heck no, she pushed him off. He got out, was tripping, and was holding on to her like, oh God. And she said, get off me, and threw him off.
I mean, so yeah, no, poor kid. He's fine. He didn't get hurt. It was like
banned from Disneyland for life.
Yeah,
probably.
It was like a water slide, but that's a definite lifetime ban. And no, you won't be able to sue them.
Oh, so he's not going to. No,
you can't.
She straight up said this is a bad kid.
Yeah,
she at least took accountability.
Man,
you raised that bad kid.
Yeah,
that's one thing I could say.
Whose fault is that? No, I'm just playing.
Sometimes a bad egg's just a bad egg.
Sometimes. Anything else before we get Eytan Wallace on?
Yeah, just one more. It says, JR, you just need another $500 for food and souvenirs at Disneyland.
It's not that expensive, really, if you know how to do it.
Yeah, if you do it right, it's really not.
You eat breakfast before you even get in the park. You know what I mean? You do that.
Take your lunch in with you.
Well, that's the other step. First, you eat breakfast, either the free breakfast at the hotel, or you eat breakfast before you go in. And then when you get in, I have this backpack. It's a Mickey Mouse one, as a matter of fact, and it's insulated. So it's like a backpack ice chest. And I have that, and I'll put snacks in there and drinks in there. Well, they'll give you free water, and now they have water refilling stations where you can take in your own water bottles and fill them back up if you so like. So you can do it on a really good budget. You can take in your own food. They're not even going to say anything. They're really not. They'll search your bag. They'll see your bag of Cheetos. They'll see the goldfish. They'll see all the poison that you want to bring in and feed to your kids and let you. You don't have to buy one single slice of pizza there from Pizza Planet. You don't have to. Now, it isn't as expensive as one might think. I can go get a burger at the Tomorrowland place for like burger, fries, and a drink for $14.99. Tell me, how is that any different from me going down here to any other fast food place or restaurant? Heck, I don't want to tell you how much I paid this weekend to go eat for me and my daughter. Disneyland ain't that expensive compared to what prices are nowadays when you think about it. You just got to do it smart, that's all. Still reasonable. Just go in. Look, we ain't getting any souvenirs, kid. Back up. No balloons. No nothing. You might get a churro. That's about it. We'll budget for a churro. It's when you're college, but no, I'm kidding. Disneyland's doable.
It actually is.
Yeah, and I'm getting in free, so I can't be mad.
But I don't know. I'm one of those people too that I'll look at all the souvenirs and say, "Oh, that's really cool," but I'll never buy it.
But you'll never buy it.
Never buy it.
You'll never buy one thing. That's how I used to be. I'm not buying that. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I may walk out, if I get pressured into it, I may walk out with one thing, usually like a hoodie or like a
if it's cool
or something.
Yeah. There was one T-shirt I passed up on, and I know now to never pass up on a T-shirt again if I like it and I have the opportunity to buy it. There's one that I have. And I got it at Disneyland. It's a yellow shirt and it's Mickey Mouse, and he's got his feet up on like crates of records, and it just says "Kicking It Old School." And he's got the record player going. He's got his headphones on, and it's just a cool little Mickey shirt. And there was another one. I got that one, but then the other one that slipped my hands was Mickey Mouse, and it had him on like a couple of different Mickeys on it, right? And each one had a different mustache. So he had a different style of mustache on every face of the Mickey, and it said, "You always need a good moustache." And come on, look at me. I've got a mustache.
Oh, that is made for you.
And so it was, and I didn't get it. And my sister and brother-in-law at the time, and my nieces and nephew told me, "You better get it. You better get it." I was like, "Nah, maybe next time when I'm here."
See, that's one of those that you have to get it down there, otherwise it'll never be there again.
Went back, never there again, never seen it since. Like, man, you're right. I should have bought it. Is that all on the text board, though? 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. We're going to give Eytan Wallace a call. He is with Nexstar Media. He is up in Sacramento doing great reporting. Like I said, him and Ashley Zavala, to me, are two of the best up there. Not only do they have their ear on everything that is going on, but they ask all the right questions. They ask all the tough questions when it comes down to some of the press conferences and stuff like that. So it's always good to have great people in the know about things that are going on. Last week, there was a bunch of ballot measures that had got approved for the ballot because that deadline had come up. So they had to go through and figure out which ones are going to be on your ballot and which ones aren't going to be on your ballot. We'll get Eytan to talk about that a little bit, why your gas prices are going to go up. And then there was a new bill that was going through from a Senator, Josh Becker, that I wanted to ask him about. And this bill would allow the governor to declare a state of emergency during war. So want to get his thoughts on that, or what he's hearing about that as well. Eytan Wallace, good afternoon, sir.
JR, how are you? Great to join you and everybody in Kern County. It's so wonderful to be with you.
Yeah, I mean, you're not a stranger to these parts. Everybody remembers you from your time at KGET, and I mean, they can still see you on KGET. You're a part of Nexstar Media, doing it all big up there in Sacramento.
I am very impressed with all. You have a great memory about all that, and you're absolutely right. Still report for Nexstar, our 8 stations, including KGET across California. It's a great honor to do it from the state capitol.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, you and Ashley Zavala, I think, are two of the best reporters up in Sacramento. I'm not kidding, Eytan. You guys know everything that's going on. You break it down so both sides get, their point across, and you ask tough questions, which is very, very important up in Sacramento. So
that's very, very nice of you to say, and I really appreciate it. And you're right. It comes with the territory, and it's important that especially in Sacramento, President Trump and before him Biden. I mean, they got a lot of attention, as they should, of course. But a lot of times that means what happens in Sacramento, which ironically might impact folks up and down the state even more. Your public schools, your public safety, your water, your oil. A lot of that actually stems from policy in Sacramento, and not everybody always realizes that.
No, they don't. Like their gas is about to go back up, Eytan. I don't think people realize that on July 1st. Tell them why their gas is about to go back up.
Absolutely. Another gas tax increase. It's going to go up by about 2 cents per gallon from what it is today. Today it's about 61 cents or so per gallon. It's going to go up to 63 cents per gallon. Of course, you have, JR, in the legislature, Republicans furious about that. They say, what? Of all times, now we're going to raise the gas tax again. So that's their argument. They say it's unaffordable, and they say, ironically, the gas tax doesn't hurt, the wealthiest of Californians, which is, of course, what some Democrats are proposing, which is a wealth tax, of course, on the wealthiest. Republicans say, no, the gas tax actually hurts the poorest of Californians. It really hurts people trying to get to work, your everyday middle-class people, and, of course, even low-income people. So that's their argument. Of course, the Democrats and the governor have been very clear, especially the governor. I've asked him about this. He's been asked multiple times. He has said multiple times he will not basically suspend the gas tax. He believes the money is not going to go into our hands, into your pockets. He believes it's going to go into the pockets of big oil. That's his argument. He also believes that the revenue from it goes to our roads. Republicans say, what? Our roads are not in good shape at all. So, it's always a back and forth, but the long story short, it's exactly what you said, JR. On July 1, that's Wednesday, the gas tax is going to go up 2 cents per gallon, and it's part of a 10-year increment. It started under former Governor Jerry Brown, but it has gone up year after year after year after year. Part of inflation, apparently, according to former Governor Brown. That's why they kept bringing it up every year. But here we go. Another gas tax increase, everybody, July 1st.
That's just crazy. And you mentioned the billionaire tax that has made its way onto the ballot. What are you hearing about that, and what can people expect to hear?
Well, what's so interesting about that, JR, actually about the billionaire tax is it has created some interesting allies and opponents, if you will. And let me explain. First of all, for those who don't know, billionaire tax, it's going to, according to the organizers of this, which is the SEIU, United Healthcare Workers West Union, it's going to be a one-time 5% tax on the global assets of California billionaires who've been residents of California as of January 1st of this year. So one time, 5% of the assets of California billionaires. Now, the SEIU, United Healthcare Workers West Union, argues that's about 250 or so people in California who qualify as that type of billionaire. But here's the interesting part. First of all, I should say that the organizers say it's going to increase and raise $100 billion for California over 5 years to help prevent hospital closures and to organize and help with healthcare programs. They say that's very important now because they claim and they believe that President Trump and Republicans under H.R. 1 law in Washington is going to lead to significant healthcare cuts. So that's their argument. As you said, I always try to be fair, so that's what they have to say. But here's the interesting part. Who's opposed to this? Of all people, it's Governor Gavin Newsom. And you have the California Medical Association, and you have the California Teachers Association, and you have even, some Democrats in Newsom's camp who are opposed to this. He argues, wait a second, actually what you're doing with this billionaire's tax is you're going to lead several of these billionaires who are very big employers in California to leave the state. They're going to move to places, according to Newsom, and even Republicans say the same thing. They're going to move to Texas. They're going to move to Florida, even Nevada. They're going to go to places where they don't feel that they're being overtaxed. That's their argument. And if they move away, a huge part of the state budget will be impacted. That's his argument, that means that over the long term, the irony is even though this tax is trying to prevent cuts from taking effect, it actually could lead to the state having to implement cuts if you have all these people who provide all this tax revenue for the state leaving. So that's where we are now. Now, here's the interesting thing, JR. Newsom, though, he on Friday came out with his own proposal.
I saw that.
For a national wealth tax. Now, here's also something very interesting as well. The governor called me on Friday. He called me. He called a few reporters. I was one of them, and he kind of explained his reasoning here. And it'll be interesting to hear what the viewers have to say about this, and the listeners listen here to JR show have to say. But I'll say this is what the governor told me. He says, well, again, the billionaire tax, very concerned about what it means to the long-term implications of the state budget. The state billionaire tax, I should say, not to confuse everybody, the state billionaire tax that will appear on your ballot. He's very concerned about that. But he says the national billionaire tax that he is proposing is going to go after loopholes, he says, that target certain things in terms of profits you can make on the stock market, in terms of inheritance rules, and in terms of offshore accounts. That's his viewpoint. I would go ahead and, JR, I should be careful what I said publicly. I'll go ahead and say if Newsom really proposes more details on this, it's not just going to impact billionaires. He's trying to go after ultra wealthy folks who are not necessarily billionaires. And so he should be more direct about what he's talking about. But based on my phone call with him, it sounds like he's trying to go after people who benefit very heavily, but benefit from stocks and inheritance and offshore accounts. So that's what he is. But I asked him, I said, well, wait a second. I said, you have President Trump in the White House. You have Republicans controlling Congress. Why did you come out with this? Can you really achieve this? Like, why now? And he said, okay, that's a fair question. He says he just wanted to put it out now, get the idea going. And I said, who's going to really achieve this, though? Can it be achieved nationally when you have Republicans in control of the legislative and executive branch? He said, well, my hope is that it will be achieved when we have a Democrat in the White House. So the question then is he going to run for president?
Is it you? Yeah. Did you ask him?
Right. Absolutely. I asked him, where are you now on running for president? And he also, in fairness to him, in my view, at least did not dodge the question. He said actually he appreciated the question. And he said that in a CBS interview, I think 3 months ago or so, and I remember when this happened, he said at his own peril, basically, oh yeah, I'd be lying if I said I had never thought about running for president before. Well, he said he's basically at the same stage now that he has not thought about it more, and that basically, to quote him, I'm almost quoting him word for word, that he'll leave it to fate to see what he decides. But to be crystal clear, I asked him that in the context that CNN had reported, and then JR, sorry, I know I'm doing a lot of talking.
No, you're good.
I promise. But CNN had reported that he proposed this national billionaire tax because he wants to make it a part, it's part of his whole strategy to run for president in 2028. And I said, Governor, I didn't have that reporting, but I'm talking to you on the phone right now. Can you confirm that with us? Is this going to be a huge part? Is the whole reason you're doing this is because you want it to be a huge part of your presidential ambitions and your presidential platform. And he said, well, basically, this is his argument, and we'll see what the viewers think, if he's lying or if he's telling, or if he's trying to be careful or what not. But this is what he said. He said that he really hasn't given it a lot of thought since that CBS interview. I wrote down, quote, word for word what he had to say at the time, but really he was saying that he claimed he's basically still thinking about it, and that's where he left it out. So I bet you it's not a no. You know what I mean? And
it's definitely not a no.
It's definitely not a no. And I'll tell you what, Joe, I believe that let's just wait. I bet you we all wait till after the 2026, up to the November midterm. As soon as the midterms come, then Newsom is going to start saying, okay, now I can turn the attention to me. Now I can start really, really making serious statements. And I'm not trying to give an excuse for him. I'm just saying my analysis of what I think is going to happen, that he wants to be careful now because he wants the attention to focus on the midterms. And in his view, the Democrats taking back the House or the Senate or both, maybe, if they can. And then after that, he's going to go all in. And we will see him. It should be right around. I mean, the timing will match up so that he leaves office right around January 2027. And then, bam, it's off to the races. So I bet we'll see something in the coming months, but not exactly right at this exact time right now. So we'll see, JR. It'll be interesting.
I think you're absolutely right, Eytan. I think right after the midterm, somewhere around Thanksgiving or so, he's going to put out that message that he's running for president. And like you said, he's already out the door for governor. What else does he have to do? And so it's here we go, 2028, right?
Absolutely, 2020. And by the way, speaking of midterms, I got to say, even though I'm, focused on the Capitol, I'm watching that race, between Valadeo and Randy Villegas. That'll be a very interesting race. National politics, a lot of national implications. Of course, people don't realize this. That when I first started in Kern County at KGT, even I was, I had to teach myself a little bit. Central Valley really has national implications for who will take back the House. I'll be watching that closely with David Valadeo and all that, everything. And very interesting, the political issues. It was a great place for me to be a journalist, and a lot of great news, interesting news that comes out of there. So you're in a fascinating place.
We love it here in the Central Valley. And we love you, Eytan. You did great work here, and I always knew that you were going to go on to bigger things, and you have now. You cover, like I said, the Capitol like nobody else, and I'm just appreciative to have you on the show. Your wealth of information today. Thank you so much for sharing that with the listeners. And I hope, man, let's try to get you nailed in for something regular here, because you just know everything. You know everything about Sacramento, and like you said, that's more important to us, and especially to me and what I try to do on this show, because it impacts us more than we even realize it.
Absolutely. You know what? It's a great point, and truly, it's a great honor. And thank you for having me. And you and your team over there doing a great job as always. I really enjoy following along.
Well, thank you so much, Eytan. I'll shoot you a text. We'll get you back on. I appreciate you, sir.
Looking forward to it, JR. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Eytan Wallace, everybody. He's with Next Start Media. You can catch him on all their affiliate stations, including the one right here, KGET, where he came from. Got to take a quick break. On the other side, I'll tell you about some crazy internet stories. Then we'll do Me and Mike at the Movies. Talk about 4th of July flicks. It's the JR Show. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN. Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
If you've got kids right now, what happens every summer? Well, there's no summer jobs available. And so you end up having to spend a lot of money putting your kids into something that is going to keep them active. You can't do what we did when I was growing up. It just doesn't happen anymore. And that's been the death of summer jobs and really changed society in a very negative way.
Weekdays 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate, like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you got to call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-560-0301, 800-560-0301, or biglou.com.
Paid for by term provider. Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on Newstalk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Keep it locked. TRBS coming up at 3.
Welcome back. JR Show, Kern Radio. I want to thank Eytan Wallace for coming on. He is great. He's just a wealth of information. I told you, he knows everything. I could have asked him about any topic, and I bet you he wasn't even sitting at a desk reading notes. He just right at the top of his head just spouts it out. And so it's great having reporters like that up in Sacramento. Like I said, those things that they do there affect us way more than anything that somebody in Washington is doing. It's the same thing here locally. Go down to the city council and supervisors meetings. Those things will affect us quicker than anything in Washington, D.C. And I feel like those are the places where we can make the most difference, where we can make the most change, where we can get involved, we can get engaged, we can make a difference, we can show up. I can't go to Washington, D.C. every day. I don't even know if they let us watch. I mean, I'm sure they let us watch Congress, but I can't do that. I can go downtown, watch a city council meeting. I can go downtown, watch a supervisors meeting. I can go downtown, watch the public safety and whatever meeting. I can put my name in, make a statement. I can write them. It's like in Sacramento. It's what they're doing there hits us hard. July 1st, the gas is going to go up again. Now, I know it's only 2 cents a gallon, but man, we're already paying the highest taxes in the nation when it comes to gas. I'm hearing people all over the nation, Chris. Oh, gas is under $3-4 now.
Gosh,
dude, we're lucky if there's 2 stations in town that are $4.99. And it continues to happen.
Oh, we will never see gas under $5 again.
It's crazy. And the excuse of, it's gonna if we do that, it'll take away from the roads. Our roads are crappy anyways. Or it's just gonna go in the pockets of the billionaires. No, it's not. They've proved that it hasn't. It's not. If that was the case, they do it in every state, and they don't. We'll be right back.
Kern Radio, AM 1230, KERN, 96.1 FM, K241CI, Bakersfield, an American General Media station.
Town Hall, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. From the Midwest to the East Coast, it's promising to be a very hot week. National Weather Service meteorologist Scott Kleebauer says extreme heat will impact parts of the United States this holiday week.
Especially by Wednesday, we'll start seeing it really impact areas like the Ohio Valley, through the Mid-Atlantic and into the Northeast. And it looks like the main, like the primary time frame for like the most extreme heat will be on Thursday and Friday, both. We're looking at Thursday probably being the period where we see the most potential for record highs.
Kleebauer says one of the center's biggest recommendations is to stay hydrated and have access to shady areas and air conditioning. The Supreme Court has issued a ruling on one of the most consequential election law cases in years. More on this from correspondent Bernie Bennett.
In the 5-4 majority opinion, the sharply divided court ruled that the federal election day statutes do not preempt the Mississippi law that allows mail-in ballots to be counted after the election day. The Mississippi law allows mail-in ballots as long as they're postmarked by and received within 5 days of election day, an allowance the court said in its Monday opinion is within the rights afforded to states by the Constitution. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments in March. They have 5 more majority cases to rule on this week, including birthright citizenship. Bernie Bennett, Washington.
The Supreme Court says Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook can remain in her job for now, a rebuke to President Trump's bid to wrest control of the nation's central bank. At the same time, the justices Monday dramatically expanded presidential power, upholding the Republican president's firing of the heads of other independent federal agencies. On Wall Street, the Dow by 306 points, the Nasdaq rose 522, the S&P advanced 86. More at townhall.com.
No one likes saying that last goodbye to the furry friend they've loved for years. It's heartbreaking. What makes it harder is knowing how quickly time goes by. One day they're racing to the door. The next day they're moving slower, sleeping more. You start wondering, is there anything I can do? Most of us would do anything to love them longer. Dog owners don't realize the live nutrients their dog needs to thrive. They're missing from their food. That's where Rough Greens comes in. It's America's #1 dog supplement you sprinkle on their food. It's packed with probiotics, enzymes, omega oils, and 20 live vitamins and minerals to support digestion, energy, and overall health from the inside out. It's all natural, made in the USA. Thousands of dogs are feeling younger, more energetic, and healthier than they have in years. Get a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. Use the discount code MikeG. Rough is RUFF. Roughgreens.com. Promo code MikeG. Rough Greens makes any dog food better. Rough Greens.
Wildfires in the western.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update.
To avoid getting West Nile virus, I'm Chris Davis. No people have been reported with West Nile virus in Kern County yet this year. But last week, Kern Public Health announced that the disease was detected in mosquito samples in the county. The health department is providing some ways to keep from getting it, and they say the best way is to avoid being bitten by mosquitoes. You can do that by getting rid of any standing water in your yard, which is where mosquitoes hang out. They also say you should wear repellent if you have to be outside when they are out, but that staying in and away from them is best. The way your tax dollars are being spent for the next year by the Kern County Board of Supervisors will be the subject of a public hearing tomorrow during the Board of Supervisors meeting. They'll be asking for input on the $4.5 billion projected budget, which is expected to be tight. This year's budget is about $59 million less than last year's. The man who police say broke into a business on California Avenue back on May 31st was caught on surveillance video, and they are hoping that someone will have the info to help ID the guy. The description that police have given is a man who was wearing a green hat, a black shirt and sweatpants, teal shoes, and a black backpack. He was also pushing a black mountain bike in the video and had a clear trash bag full of cans. Some of the events that are going on this week in Kern County to help celebrate America's 250th birthday and Independence Day include picnics in Buttonwillow and McFarland, which are Thursday. Those include fireworks, and you can bring your own food and chairs. Chapter is having a similar event Friday, and Bakersfield is hosting the America 250 Tour Friday. Taft has a 2-day party going on Friday and Saturday, and Tallahassee Tehachapi has a 3-day event that extends through Sunday. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
Mr. Flores, turn this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's the JR Show. From Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex, here is your host, JR.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out online, kernradio.com. You can download the Kern Radio app to your smart device. Take us on all of your summer vacations. Plus, you can find us on social media. Look us up, Facebook, Instagram, and X, Kern Radio, and also streaming live on YouTube. Head over there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and watch us from the Kern Radio studios. They are powered by Adaptive Networks. For your IT needs, call them 661-241-0638. That's 661-241-0638. It's Adaptive Networks. And this is me and Mike at the movies. I got it, Mike. See,
You got it.
I've been practicing all week.
I had such a bone to pick with as soon as I left last week, that listener feedback of like, it's Mike and I. It's like, no, it is not.
It's not Mike and I. That's grammarly incorrect.
You're correct. It is grammarly incorrect.
Not that Grammarly is a word.
How you been? Did you see anything this week?
I didn't. No. I watched some things to lead up to a release, but not really by choice. I was at my sister's house yesterday, and my brother-in-law was trying to show my niece's son Jackass because don't ask how old he is either, Mike. And no, he's not going to get into the movie theater because he's that young to can't get in. It's just a no. It's a hard no. But Jackass was on. I don't know which one it was, but that's because my brother-in-law is a big fan of the series, and since the days on MTV, and so he thought it would be fun to show the kids.
Well, you know what? I wonder what the feedback's going to be once he sees it. You'll have to report back because a lot of people were upset going into this Jackass Best and Last that came out over the weekend. It is mostly a best of.
Really?
Yeah, there's a few stunts, there's a few new things on there, but for the most part it's them like reminiscing, and I think someone said it was mostly like 40 to 50% of old stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So basically what I watched on the weekend with my brother-in-law replaying the movies for his grandson, then yeah.
Yeah, but everyone can complain about it. I mean, the new stuff you're going to enjoy. I think you could say that with any movie. Any movie you go to is, especially if it's a Marvel movie. I'm going to watch all 30 Marvel movies in the build-up. It's like, why are you going to do that? You're going to be burnt out by the time you get in there.
But we do that. I attempted to do it with Toy Story. I was like, okay, let's get back in the mood and watch some of these Toy Stories, with the exception of 4. You know, we just skip right over 4, Mike. We can't.
No, see, the difference would be like if you were like, we watched every Pixar movie. It's like, why?
Well, that's insane.
Yeah, and there are a lot of insane. That's the thing.
That's like when Star Wars comes out. I have to go back and watch all the Star Wars.
Do you?
When Mando came out, I had to go back and start the whole series over again.
I could understand that. I think that's what worked against Mando for making as much money as it could have made if it was just a regular Star Wars movie. But once you tell people, like, you have to watch 3 seasons, it's like, I don't want to know. I just want to watch a movie. And it shows, too, like movies like Obsession and Backrooms, where they came out, they're 2 original for the most part. Backrooms is sort of an adaptation, but 2 original movies that are 2 of the highest grossing movies of the year, and you just don't ever see that. So the tide's turning, and I think a lot of people are doing that. The real test is going to be how Spider-Man does at the end of July and how Avengers does in December. So keeping our fingers crossed as a business to see how good those are going to be.
How did Supergirl do over the weekend? Another one that's kind of tied to series, right?
It's rough. So it's hard to talk about a movie like Supergirl because there's so much online culture war nonsense about she's not pretty enough. It's
sexist.
Story.
It's a lot of the same kid that was getting shown Jackass didn't want to go see Supergirl because it's a girl.
Really?
Yeah.
And like specifically that reason?
Yeah, he's like, it's not Superman.
That's rough. I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
wow.
I don't know. The movie wasn't terrible. And I think a lot of people who want to go and see a superhero movie are going to have a good time with this. But it's hard to like not have anything in the entertainment world be politicized anymore. So it's kind of rough. But if you're looking for a good like superhero action movie, inconsequential, go have a good time, have some action scenes, good special effects. This movie's not that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna take my daughter tomorrow.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, she'll love it.
And if you don't like it, text me and I'll say, all right.
You're not gonna do anything about it.
Thanks for texting.
Taking it up with the movie theater. Taking it up with the studio.
No, but I mean, there's so much of this stuff where people just don't like new and don't like innovation. We've talked about Disneyland on the show before. Have you heard the controversy from this last weekend?
Yes, I was gonna mention it with Chris. He showed me last week, and I hate it.
Why?
I hate it.
For the listeners, I don't know if you've talked about it on the show.
Go
Forgive
ahead.
me for not.
No, yeah.
There's a new robot in Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's animatronic, Mike.
I'm saying for the general audience out there, I have a reputation to uphold. I don't want to
Imagineers have worked hard on this thing, Mike.
I don't want to be like pigeonholed as that nerd where it's
I am.
He's saying these words. So yes, an audio animatronic has been added to Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's a pretty cool effect where it's sort of like in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie where this robot pirate is picking up a piece of gold and he turns into a skeleton. And the way that it does is the way that this effect happens is technologically amazing, but everyone has their pitchforks out being like, it ruins the story of Pirates of the Caribbean. It's like, what are you talking about?
Well, I heard this because there's 2 scenes on the ride.
Are there?
Oh, I'm a nerd. Here we go, Mike. You went there. I'm going. We nerded out on Toy Story last week. We're going to do it again with the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. The only ride that inspired a movie that now is being inspired by the movie Back to the Ride.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 scenes in the movie, Mike. There's first where they're all skeletons. You first enter that cavern. I can't believe I'm doing this. And they're all skeletons. There's no human there.
Right.
It's all supposed to be about them being skeletons. And then when you enter the boat scene, that's when they come alive.
This guy goes from skeleton to human.
It's in the wrong place then. You need to move him.
Who cares? Who cares? No one is going
Not to mention that it sucks. It's a horrible animatronic. It's great for the Hatbox Ghost in Haunted Mansion.
There's a controversy there too. Apparently in Florida, the Hatbox Ghost is in the hallway and people are like, but the ghosts aren't around until the seance.
It's a like, different scene. I'm just saying. That would be like Freddy Krueger showing up before you fell asleep. It just doesn't work.
Unless it's in Freddy's Dead, the final nightmare.
Well, see, by then it was Pirates of the Caribbean ride today. It didn't make sense.
No, and it's just great. I buck against this like anti-art.
And that's not even getting into tradition, Mike, of just leave the ride alone. You already screwed it up when you changed out the redhead, and we want the redhead, and now she's part of the Pirates.
I'm glad that you're. Wait, what were you going to say next?
And I was going to say, and then we have the winches running around, and the guy's not chasing the women anymore.
Okay,
and
that's it.
Well. That's all I'll say.
So you don't care that the Johnny Depp animatronic at the end is out of date?
I care that he's even there to begin with. Again, the ride inspired the movie, and now the movie is in turn inspiring the ride.
But I think any kind of like artistic venture has to do that. You have to evolve if you're going to be around for 60 years.
They do in many ways.
And you guys all hate them.
But leave the OG stuff alone.
I don't know.
You'd save it for a new ride. It works perfect on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Train.
Yeah, but it's not changing anything.
It is. It changes the whole story.
Agree to disagree. One day we'll go. No,
I'm going next in a couple weeks, actually.
And you're probably going to love it.
I'll hate it. I'll throw stuff at it.
Have you talked to your companions who are going with you about it?
My daughter, she hates it too.
Why? Why'd you tell her? You should have surprised her and she would have been like, I don't know what you're talking about, Dad.
I'm not saying I influence her. I'm just saying, look at what they did.
Look at this horrible thing.
Look at what they did to this ride.
I don't know.
Perfectly good ride.
There's this expansion coming to Disney's California Adventure where the proposed expansion is an Avatar experience, ride, land. And the one in Florida is really cool. It's this really neat, like watery ecosystem thing. They want to do it here. And the main complaint that everyone has is like, it should be Zootopia. And I just don't find that artistic.
No.
They're like, all you can you just put up these signs and keep the land, and it's like you're just gonna put like different signs on things and call that artistic. Why don't you want something cool? Like, let these people flourish. But then you're saying like, no, don't have a brand new special effect.
No, if you want to build Avatar Land and have changing skeleton faces in Avatar Land, but more happy. I'm more than happy to let you do it. I've never watched Avatar, so I'll get on the ride, but I'm not going to understand why there's a skeleton in the middle of the ride. It's not going to make a difference to me.
So for those of you just tuning in, Supergirl debuted at number 2.
And to be even more honest, Mike, I've never seen any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, really?
Not a one. Not even probably more than 5 minutes of a scene.
I will have to vouch for them. The first 3 are really good. There's a lot of good stuff in those, but the first 3 are really good. 4 and 5 kind of trail off, but
it happens with movies, Mike.
It does.
Toy Story.
Well, before you go to
it's a Disney thing, like just stop at 3, guys.
Before you go to Disneyland, make sure you watch all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies before you go, and then you'll understand what you're seeing.
I'll understand the concept better. You're saying.
Yeah. Okay. We've really lost the plot.
Lost the whole thing.
I'm so sorry.
We just ran right off the roads with it. What were we talking about?
Well, let's talk about really quick, and we can probably go to the next break as well.
Okay.
This weekend, 4th of July weekend coming up, the 2 big movies that are coming out are Minions and Monsters. The next Minions movie, it's Minions 3, essentially, with a whole new cast of Minions. No Gru, so a lot of people are wondering if like this is going to be of interest to the people that love Minions and Despicable Me. And then the other big movie coming out is Young Washington. It's a biographical movie about Washington before he was George Washington as a young man.
They're doing a lot of those, huh?
They're doing a lot of those.
You did the one you mentioned, the Death of Robin Hood.
Death of Robin Hood was something that came out a couple weeks ago. You can still catch a couple of late night shows here in town over at, I think, at Regal and at Reading. But this one's an interesting one. I don't know if there's really an appetite for this kind of movie. There haven't really been many, like, I would say, colonial action movies in a while. I can think of The Patriot doing really well, but
Do you think they try to capitalize on the 4th of July and people being geared up for Independence Day?
They're trying to capitalize on that, the 250th anniversary of the country. And then the studio that's putting it out, Angel Studios, they have a really interesting model where they kind of like put out movies that they think and they know that their audiences want. They have something called the Angel Guild. If you ever go to their website, you can sign up and actually donate money for these things that they're proposing.
Projects, yeah.
And, sometimes you get your name in the credits. Most of the way that it benefits people is they get tickets to go to movies. And they also have a pay it forward program so that people can I liked this movie. I'm going to pay for someone's ticket. And people who can't afford going to the movies can go on and register to get tickets like that. So it's really a good thing.
Did they do the Franklin movie?
I don't think they did that. They're known mostly for Sound of Freedom and that spinoff. And then a couple of other big movies that have been in that sort of faith-based, sort of like really wholesome movies. But they have a really good business model over there.
Right on. All right, well, let's get to a break. On the other side, it is 4th of July weekend, so that means we got to talk about best 4th of July movies ever. And what constitutes, Mike, a 4th of July movie? It's just like Christmas. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? What makes it that holidays movie?
Wow.
Right? Is it because it came out around 4th of July? Is it because it's based around 4th of July?
There's 2 clear ones I can think of, and we'll talk to you about them right after this.
He's almost like a pro. Come back on the other side. We will discuss all of that. It is me and Mike at the movies every Monday. See how I've gotten it now?
Yeah.
Sounds better when you figure it out finally. Practice it a couple times during the week.
It only took a month.
It only took a month. I'm going to yell that in the theater tonight. It's me and Mike at the movies. You probably shouldn't do that. Let's get to a break. On the other side, we'll talk about those things. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back. Yeah, it's like that's how I was looking because I saw
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. The Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays at 3 p.m.
I'm sorry, I just don't believe the president. I don't believe that somebody took box cutter or a knife and put a 300-foot hole in the reflecting pool.
Like,
I don't buy it. And the people they're arresting includes a 67-year-old former Olympian who was simply picking up chipped paint that came up off the floor. It's crazy.
The Ralph Bailey Show, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN.
It's Monday, one of the hardest days of the week. No, not because it's return to work, because I have to wait so long just to be able to get into the stockyard. You don't know what the stockyard is? It's at 2525 F Street. It's a little speakeasy whiskey bar right next to Casey's Steakhouse from the folks that brought you Casey's Steakhouse. Knock on the door, ring the doorbell. They're going to ask you what's the password. Tell them why not JR. Be prepared to be transported through time. You're going to go back to the Prohibition era. There's all kinds of little secret doorways to go through. You're going to love this place. Maybe you're going out on a date with your significant other, trying to get a quiet evening in. This is the perfect place to do that. Not only can you get specialty cocktail drinks, but you can also get some of the food and appetizers from Casey's Steakhouse. Maybe you want some steak bites. Maybe you want a shrimp cocktail. They can get that for you. All at the Stockyard Whiskey Bar Speakeasy, 2525 F Street. Stop in, ring the doorbell. When they ask the password, tell them, why not JR? It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's that man again, Ralph Bailey. You're listening to the JR Show on Newstalk 96.1 and AM 1230 KERN. Who's TRBS coming up at 3.
He's way cool. He doesn't have a clue, but he's got style. His name is Mike, and it's me and Mike in the movies, like it is every Monday on the JR Show. Welcome back. We were speaking with Mike Armendariz. We were just talking about movies that were coming out, hating Disneyland rides being renovated, and now we're going to break down the terrible list that we both have found for the best 4th of July movies ever.
Wild stuff.
Because I was telling him in the break, I said I ran across the Rotten Tomatoes 60 best movies for 4th of July weekend, just kind of doing research for the show, and the number one on there was Hamilton. And I was like, well, that Chris was saying, I was like, is what makes it a 4th of July movie?
What makes it a movie?
Well, it's a play.
Yeah,
it's a musical.
It's rough,
technically.
I have a sore spot on that one.
You didn't like Hamilton?
I loved Hamilton. I didn't like that the pandemic happened and it didn't go to theaters. We were so excited. And then it just went on to streaming. It was like, we could have made so much money on that if it hadn't gone to streaming first.
Yeah, that's true. But is it a 4th of July movie? Just because it's based on the start of our country, does that make it a 4th of July movie?
No, and that's what's tough. You have one list. I have another list over here. Number 3 on my list is Cheaper by the Dozen too. And it's like,
why?
I don't
is
know.
it based on?
Does it have something to do with 4th of July?
Does it happen during 4th of July?
Not that I can see on here. So the ones that I see looking on this list, I mean, obviously, number 1, Independence Day.
Well, that would be most people's. That's what Chris said, Independence Day. And I was like, yes.
And reading this list, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even consider that. My favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, Jaws, takes place on 4th of July weekend. So those two right there.
And was it released right before summer, right? Jaws?
I don't remember. It was a summer movie. It was like one of the first big blockbusters that like kind of redefined how movies were released.
Was Independence Day released around 4th of July?
That came out I remember that was in 96 that came out that 4th of July weekend. And I remember just being in Long Beach and trying to find a way to like see that movie. Yeah. I got like these seats way off to the side. When the days before
you just walk in and
seating where you have to,
first come, first serve.
Horrific.
Yeah.
But this has like a bunch of other stuff that like is good, like American Graffiti, not a 4th of July movie.
Mr. Smith Goes to Washington.
This says Girls Trip takes place on 4th of July. I know that movie has a lot of fans.
Top Gun?
Top Gun, I would say patriotic, but nothing with 4th of July.
Right.
This does say, though, where was it? It's on here.
All the President's Men, Glory, Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. I'm like, Rocky?
National Treasure because it has to do with the Declaration of Independence.
Rocky? Is Rocky a 4th of July movie?
No, because I mean, I would say the most patriotic of those is Rocky 4. But I mean, yeah.
Apollo 13. The Men in Black. Is it because it came out on 4th of July?
I wouldn't say it has anything to do with that. And this is so rough. Like we were talking about holidays before. It's like I can't even like decide what these are. Born on 4th of July, very much a patriotic movie. You could say patriotic or whether or not it is.
It honestly just sounds like they took every movie that has fireworks in it and put it
Yeah.
together.
Or war. It's
Yeah,
like,
or war,
it was,
exactly.
it's a war for our country.
This one has Pearl Harbor, has Saving Private Ryan again, Coming to America. Come on. No.
Inglorious Bastards. Lincoln.
I feel bad. I can't mention Born on 4th of July without mentioning, our friend Stephanie Diaz of the Bakersfield, California.
Yeah.
Born on the 4th of July. And
Oh,
it's
that's
always just
right.
one of those things that she kind of like loved and hated it growing up, but happy early birthday to her.
Happy early birthday, Steph. You guys got any plans?
I don't think so.
Illegal-
Hopefully just watch Illegal Their Own was on my list too. I don't know.
I don't get it.
But it's tough. Like you said earlier.
Captain America.
Captain America, I would say, does because Steve Rogers was born on 4th of July. Steve Rogers, Captain America, the character, and that's why he's so patriotic. But I mean, I don't know.
Team America. Black Hawk Down.
None of these.
And look at all these are put before Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump's not a 4th of July movie. I don't know.
And all these are in the top 40 before I even get to the good stuff. Like, what's way down? Independence Day, number
Why
48.
Patriot Games? Because Patriot Games
Coming to America.
was on this list. I don't know. I think like everyone can celebrate 4th of July in their own way, and they don't really need to center it on a movie. But this is ridiculous.
Sandlot.
No, it's going to be top 2. It's Independence Day, and it's
Sandlot's the 4th of July movie, though, right?
Does it take place on 4th of July?
There is a scene where it's on the 4th of July.
It does have a 4th of July scene.
Okay.
But where they're actually playing baseball and with the fireworks going
Yep,
off.
they play every 4th of July because that's the only game they can play at night because the fireworks light the sky.
Nice. Then it's a 4th of July movie, as rotten as it is.
I'm just saying, what makes a 4th of July? I think we've broken it down, right?
I don't know what makes a 4th of July. Well, none of these movies come out on the 4th of July. The last one, big one that I think that was centric was the sequel to Independence Day. That was 10 years ago, and that one didn't do very well. So
Yeah.
people don't even have that on any of these lists.
So what constitutes it then is it has to be centered or be
it's your list. It's whatever you
around
want
the
it to be.
4th. It has to have the 4th of July in the movie.
Yes, I would say that. If you're going to make it a 4th of July movie, it has to center around the holiday, and it has to be a movie, not a play like Hamilton.
Okay, then this leads to my next question.
Okay.
The question that plagues everybody every single year.
Does it really?
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I don't think so.
But doesn't it have Christmas in it?
It has Christmas in it, and
So
this is
therefore,
tough, but it came out in July. It didn't come out at Christmas time.
Christmas in July, Mike.
But I really think you can. Die Hard's one of my favorite movies. If it comes on, the first 3, if they're ever on, I will sit down and watch the rest of them.
Yeah.
The thing with Die Hard is you can take every Christmas aspect out of it, and it's the same movie. It has the trappings, it has the decorations, it has the music. It being Christmas does not affect what's happening. Don't laugh at me.
I know I'm not, but it's still a Christmas movie.
It changes the ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun, but I mean you can do that to anything. It's like, look at the fireworks I'm going to cause with this machine gun. Give me any holiday. Now the eggs are in my basket. Like anything could have been on that sweatshirt.
You're referring to Easter?
Yes. Give me any holiday.
Now the eggs are. Why haven't you gotten a writing gig anywhere, Mike? These are great.
I've tried so hard.
You've saved these just for the show.
No, I just came up with them. So that's another thing. If anyone out there is listening, if anyone is looking for any kind of like business consultant, any writer, any kind of late night host for them, hit me up.
Mike is your guy.
Mike and me at the movies.
Me and Mike.
Me and Mike at the
movies. You can usually find him at the Maya. I don't know if he wants me to tell you guys that anymore, but you can usually find him there.
Yeah.
Just buy something from the concession stand, please.
Yeah, please. Come on in. Buy some cotton candy.
And what's there to see this weekend?
This weekend, Young Washington and Minions and Monsters nationwide. You can catch them at any theater here in town.
Nice. And then you'll be back next Monday because we'll be here. Our 3-day weekend is Friday off, not Monday off.
Yeah. Give me a call.
So
842. I don't even know what the number is.
I'll be here on Monday.
That's the thing we're trying to figure out. I would say anyone going out to businesses this week, be kind to them because they don't know who has the day off on Friday and Monday, and we're all doing our best in the service industry to make sure that you guys are all happy.
Right on. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you. See you then.
Thank you, sir. It's me and Mike at the movies, the JR Show. We'll be right back. Yeah. That's what I was like. Well, it's just because
with SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The Supreme Court says Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook can remain in her job for now, a rebuke to President Trump's bid to wrest control of the nation's central bank. At the same time, the justices Monday dramatically expanded presidential power, upholding the Republican president's firings of the heads of other independent federal agencies. The United States and Iran have separately announced they are sending delegations to Qatar this week, though Tehran insists it has not agreed to meet with the U.S. at any level. The announcements Monday came after weekend attacks in the Persian Gulf challenged efforts to negotiate an end to the war. On Wall Street, the Dow by 306 points, the Nasdaq rose 522, with the S&P 500 advancing by 86. More details at srnnews.com.
Are you carrying more than $10,000 in credit card?
Headlines from the KERN Newsroom.
I'm Chris Davis. Gas in California has come down more than a dime since last week, with the average price for a gallon of regular now at $5.39, says Gas Buddy, and a national average at $3.78, despite military action happening again Sunday between the U.S. and Iran. Oil prices are still going down. No people have been reported with West Nile virus in Kern County this year, but last week, Kern Public Health announced that the disease was detected in mosquito samples. The health department is providing some ways to keep from getting it, and they say the best way is to avoid being bitten by mosquitoes. You can do that by getting rid of any standing water in your yard, which is where mosquitoes hang out. They also say you should wear repellent if you have to go out when they are out, but that staying in and away from them is best. I'm Chris Davis in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour and when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
Kern Radio, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Maxwell in the morning. Good till the last mic drop.
If you've got kids right now, what happens every summer? Well, there's no summer jobs available. And so you end up having to spend a lot of money putting your kids into something that is going to keep them active. You can't do what we did when I was growing up. It just doesn't happen anymore. And that's been the death of summer jobs and really changed society in a very negative way.
Weekdays 9 to noon, News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230, KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here, host of the First Look with Scott Cox program, heard right here on KERN 6 to 9 every morning. You're listening to the JR Show. Join me tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, right here on KERN.
Oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pale sky. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so and the rock is regular above bird, yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Can't interrupt the national anthem. Well, I almost felt like I needed to stand up for a second. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. And if you don't know what that means you need to be caller number 4. That's right. Caller number 4 right now. And every time this week that you hear the national anthem played, you want to be caller number 4, and you will win Salty's Barbecue and Marie Callender's Pie. It's all to help you celebrate America's 250th celebration.
You know, I did have a listener bring up a really good question. Do they have to use this on the 4th of July?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's I think they're gift certificates. You can use them whenever you want.
I had a feeling, but they were just like, is this something I have to use this weekend? I was like, I don't think so.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to? Heck, who doesn't want barbecue and pie?
Oh, it's true. 100% true.
I mean, most of you are probably barbecuing and having pie anyways, but you could pick up the pie and take it to the party that you're going to. I'm just saying. Just saying is all. But who won anyways?
TJ won this time.
TJ, congratulations. You got yourself some Salty's Barbecue, Marie Callender's Pie. It's all to help you celebrate the 250th celebration of America's birthday, America.
And just a general announcement here. If you're coming to pick up your prize this week, you have to come tomorrow or Wednesday because we're closed on Friday.
Yep. Only open Tuesday and Wednesday this week, 11 to 4 p.m. We'll be closed on Friday. So if you want to get this to be able to use for the 4th of July, you want to pick those up over the next 2 days. Again, Salty's Barbecue, Marie Callender's Pie. Every time you hear the national anthem right here on Kern Radio, you'll have your chance to win those. We got a phone call, sir?
We do.
661-842-5376. Who you got?
49er Larry.
49er Larry. We weren't even talking about football. What's going on, 49er Larry?
Yeah, I'm just calling to tell you there's going to be a beatdown in Sacktown tonight.
For what? What's going on?
The A's are going to slam the smelly, stinky Dodgers.
Oh, goodness gracious. You mean the A's that don't even have a stadium or a city to live in anymore?
They got a stadium.
Where?
Downtown in Las Vegas.
Nah, it ain't built yet, though. Where they
downtown?
Where they playing that?
Bigger and better than the stinky Lions home stealing. Can't find a home. Great ass.
I don't have a problem with the Oakland A's, actually, 49er Larry. I kind of used to root for them back in the day when they had the Bash brothers, Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire. Ricky Henderson used to be one of my favorite baseball players growing up. I used to love the A's.
Jersey.
Do you really?
I got Ricky Henderson, the jersey.
Heck yeah, that's awesome, dude. I would love to see that. Yeah, he was one of my favorite baseball players. I wasn't a big Dodger fan growing up. I am now as an adult. But I liked players back then. I just had a bunch of different baseball players that I really liked. Ken Griffey Jr., I think, is my favorite baseball player of all time ever. And so
a friend of mine told me that Jose Canseco owns a gas station in Las Vegas.
I wouldn't doubt it. Heck, Floyd Mayweather owns, I think, what is it, a movie theater?
Well, Floyd don't know much of nothing right now.
Well, I'm just saying, but
Mayweather's going to jail.
Well, doesn't mean he doesn't own some stuff. But yeah, I think he owns like a movie theater in Vegas or something.
He broke.
But no, yeah, I don't have a problem with the A's.
Make sure you let Ralph Bailey know there's going to be a beatdown Sacktown.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure you'll call in an hour and let them know.
There's not going to be no beatdown, though, Larry. I'm sorry to say. Not this year, anyways. Maybe once they get to Vegas and they start, playing baseball again, then maybe. Are they playing? Are they still playing in Oakland, or have they officially moved the team to Vegas and they're playing in some junior college?
They're playing in Sacramento.
Okay, so there's the Sacramento A's. Got it.
Nope, Sacramento don't claim them.
Sacramento A's. I got it.
Hey, tell all your team they can't be wearing those gay pride uniforms in Sacramento.
Hey, well, they will wear whatever we want, Larry. Thanks for calling in, brother. Appreciate you always.
Wrong team, Larry.
Wrong team. It's the Dodgers. It's Dodgers. Go Dodgers. And it's American flags this weekend because it's all America this weekend.
Yeah, they're going to do the exact same thing they did for Pride Month.
And then don't we go into the All-Star break here pretty soon?
Yeah, in about a week.
I was gonna say the All-Star is usually around my birthday.
Yeah, I think it's the week I'm on vacation, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because I think Home Run Derby is the 13th on Netflix.
Yeah, it's usually. Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, really that surprised?
Really?
Yeah, really?
Home Run Derby on Netflix.
Homie.
I've got to get Netflix now to watch the Home Run Derby.
Everybody needs Netflix now.
No, I don't.
You don't. You're right. You don't. But
I don't need any of them. Disney
you didn't
Plus.
need cable either, but
I don't. No, I don't have cable either.
But you did, though.
Oh, back in the day?
Yeah, you didn't need it back then, but you still bought it.
No, my mom didn't let us have cable. We were poor.
Yeah, that's fair.
we had rabbit ear antennas. They're like the ones I got in my thing down the hall. I don't pay for cable now either.
I don't think anybody does.
Heck, my daughter's mad because I stopped paying for internet. She's like, Dad. I'm like, what? Be bored, kid. It's good for your mind.
It actually is.
That's really good.
There's been studies that prove that.
It's good for your creativity. Then you come up with lines like, now all the eggs are in my basket. So you make Die Hard an Easter movie and not Christmas.
MacGyver would never have been MacGyver if he wasn't bored as a child.
Just saying. It's okay to be bored. It's okay, kids. Put down the devices. It's okay to be bored. I told you guys that there was new details about the dog attack that happened last week in California City, where a 12-year-old Fernando Torres Moreno lost his life, and his 8-year-old sister, Torres Moreno, ended up getting mauled by the dogs. We're learning more information about what happened that day. Police arrived at the scene to assist Torres Moreno. The Cal City police officer alleges he was also chased and surrounded by the dogs and called Dobbins to gain control of them before Dobbins left the scene. Dobbins was also there when the child went into the lake. Apparently, the dogs chased him into Central Park Lake, young Fernando Torres Moreno, and followed him into the water, in which he continued to try to escape and began to struggle. At that time, Kenneth Dobbins, owner of the dogs, went into the water to retrieve his dogs and never once helped 12-year-old Fernando Torres Moreno out of the water. Knew that his dogs had chased this boy into the water. And I know there's going to be a defense that probably says, well, he didn't know they chased the kid into the water. He just saw his dogs go into the water and went and fetched them out of the water. So he goes in to get his dogs out of the water, but didn't help the boy out of the water. But didn't even completely retrieve the dogs. Obviously, they weren't on leashes, just telling the dogs to come and follow him. But after he got them out of the water is when they turned and attacked the 8-year-old sister. She was left with serious bites. Again, as police arrived at the scene, One of them says they were surrounded by the dogs and chased. That's when officers got Mr. Dobbins to control his dogs. But then how did they let him leave the scene? The officers at the scene noted he recognized the dogs and the owner from a previous call he had assisted with earlier in the week. It wasn't until a day later that officers contacted him, and he told Mr. Dobbins, told officers, I was at the park with the dogs, and there was an encounter with some children, but denied they were vicious. And then again, it wasn't until after police gathered more information that they went back to Dobbins' house a second time to arrest him, but he was already gone by then. His girlfriend told officers she dropped him off at a homeless shelter in Palmdale. I don't want to say she can be arrested for accessory after the fact or helping a fugitive flee. Not sure he was a fugitive at that point, but he obviously knew something was going to happen. Why else do you leave town with your dogs after they attacked two kids, in which one is now drowned in the lake? By the time the authorities responded to the shelter, Dobbins had left that scene with 2 of the 3 dogs, so he still had the dogs with him. And then, as we learned late last week, he was eventually arrested, located by San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department in Lancaster, in which they brought him back to Kern County. And now he is facing charges. I'm trying to see what the charges are. I can't remember exactly what they're charging him with, but he is due back in court later this week, and we'll get you exactly what those charges will be. Just a sad, sad story. The fact that he was out there. And again, I know that the defense is going to try to allege that he didn't see it. I didn't see him chase. I didn't see the kid drowning in the lake. How could you not see the kid drowning in the lake if you go in after your dogs? Trust me, as a dog owner, I know where my dog is and what my dog is doing every time I take her out for a walk. And guess what? I'm one of those probably people would yell at their radio and call me a bad dog owner because I don't keep my dog on a leash most of the time. My dog is 15 pounds. She's a Maltipoo. The worst she's going to do is lick you to death. And I know that you're going to say, well, JR, you never know. Any dog could, bite somebody at any time. And if they're not on the leash, you're going to be held liable for that. I understand that. But trust me, she's the happiest dog on the planet. But I still am very aware of our surroundings at all times and know of the potentials of her. She likes to chase squirrels sometimes. That's the worst thing she's going to do. Chase a squirrel. And she thinks she's going to chase a cat, but usually when she gets up to the cat, she's like, oh, crap, this cat's not scared of me. And she runs away. That's my dog. But I'm aware of our surroundings. So to sit there and say that, well, I didn't see the kid drowning in the lake after my dogs chased him in there is a poor defense. I don't know if it's going to worsen the charges, those allegations of not assisting the boy, but it should. It definitely should. Just a crazy, crazy story. Let's take a break. We'll try not to end on a sad note. We'll talk about what we learned on the JR Show. Still time to text in if you guys want to. We'll check those as well on the other side. 661-842-5376. 842-KERN. You can still call in as well. We'll take that. Or you can jump in the chat on YouTube. I'll drop in there during the break. Or if you don't want to do any of those, but you still want to reach me, jr@kernradio.com as well. Again, we'll take a break, find out what we learned on today's show. So much. So much. What makes a 4th of July movie a 4th of July movie? How come the ride at Disneyland sucks now? And a whole bunch of other things. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be back.
Kern Radio. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1230. KERN. First Look with Scott Cox. Mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
On the Tuesday edition of the First Look program, we'll talk water stuff with the best.
Message deleted. Message. What's up? What's up, Chris Orr? Sorry, it's called Company D and Team. Grammatically, English teacher. Would you go watch Jaws in the ocean on an inner tube? No. They're doing it at the beach where they filmed it. That's insane. No, I would not. No. Do we call as soon as we hear it start playing or when it finishes playing? And is there any disadvantage to being a YouTube listener? Because I believe there's a delay behind your radio broadcast. Christopher Orr, to answer your question, as soon as you hear it playing, just call in. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't just call in as soon as you hear it. Because that means you're in line already. Boom. You don't have to wait for me to announce it. Just as soon as you hear it playing. Not only that, but for you YouTube listeners, subscribers, watchers, I think you actually have the advantage. Because like Mr. Orr has mentioned, there is a delay on the radio broadcast by about 8 seconds. It helps keep our listeners from having to hear profanity dropped by any callers that might call in, any crazy people. And so we have an 8-second delay on the radio. So technically, Chris, or you are correct. I believe if you are on a very good stream, have approximately 7 to 7.5 seconds head start on calling in. Just saying. Little treat for you guys in the YouTube world. I can even, I won't do that. Because I scheduled them. I can tell you when they're going to happen. But I can tell you, it happened in Scott's show this morning and it happened in my show today. And tomorrow, I think it's going to be my show again. So if you listen, keep listening. Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. Check us out. I'm just waving the flag, Chris. I don't know why. As soon as I picked it up, I just started waving it, and now I can't stop. It's just America. What's that? We do. We're gonna win. We're gonna win that one. What happened with the dude from Canada that got his leg broke? Did you see that? Wow, I didn't watch the video because I didn't want to see the injury. Dude got his leg broken. The guy from Qatar, I believe, was trying to get the ball from him and he kicked. And it wasn't malice or anything. He didn't do it on purpose, but he kicked. And it was, I guess, a pretty good kick that it broke the dude's leg. Ouch. Yeah, I don't like to see those videos. I cringe at that kind of stuff. I'm like, Nah, I'm okay. I don't need to see that. Yeah, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see that. I don't need to see that. Some things we did see on the internet. Did you see the story about the girl that got ran over on the beach last week? She was up in Half Moon Bay, I think, and a lifeguard ran her over. She's okay. I can laugh because she didn't die in a truck, I guess. Yeah, they said he was maybe distracted. He backed over her. Period. What? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not down. I'm not a fan of that one. I don't ever go to Pismo though, so I don't have to worry about it that much. But apparently, this was up in Half Moon Bay, and she was taking a nap out on the beach and ran her right over. That's bad, huh? That's not running him over. I know. They said he was distracted. They didn't say how he was distracted. I guess they didn't want to say he was on his cell phone or anything because that could cause a problem. But something else I saw on the internet: 2 children were airlifted to a burn center, and an adult was hospitalized. This was after roasting marshmallows in Oceanside. Several children and adults were in a backyard gathering when a small outdoor tabletop fireplace that was being used to roast marshmallows flashed and shot flames at the children. According to the Oceanside Fire Department, parents and adults nearby extinguished the flames by pouring water on the children until paramedics arrived. Due to the severity of the injuries, 2 of the kids were airlifted to a burn center. One of the kids' dads was taken to the same place by ambulance. Turns out Flick Fire Products, which is, I guess, the company that makes this tabletop fire thing that they were trying to roast marshmallows on, is fueled 70% or 91% by isopropyl alcohol. In December of 2024, the Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a warning against using flicker fire tabletop fireplaces because of flame jetting and fire hazards. The fire department wants to remind the public that alcohol vapors can ignite unexpectedly, creating a sudden flash fire even during what appears to be normal use. Heads up. Normal use isn't roasting marshmallows on your fireplace tabletop. That's not what it's not what it's made for. So let's probably not roast the marshmallows on something that is fueled by any kind of kerosene or solvent, right? I mean, shouldn't you leave roasting marshmallows to wood burning stuff when you have a campfire out, and you roast them by the campfire when it's wood. But and if you have one of these flicker fire products, you might want to just get rid of it. You might just want to get rid of it. Anything on the text board before we leave, sir? 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. What's that? Uh-oh. It is. Is it not? What's your favorite one, Chris? Is it Independence Day? 4th of July movie? No?
I guess, yeah. Like the 2 I mentioned, Sandlot and
Yeah, and we had to convince Mike that Sandlot is a 4th of July movie. He was like, that's not a 4th of July movie. I'm like, what do you mean it's not a 4th of July movie? It has the 4th of July in it. I mean, it has one. It's in summer. It's baseball, which is the American classic.
all about like
Child.
American dream at the end of the same time.
Yep. Benny the Jet makes it to the Dodgers, and it has a scene where they play baseball underneath the fireworks of the 4th of July because that's the only time they play at night because the park they play in doesn't have lights because it's not even a park, it's just a sandlot. Hence the name of the movie. And a big dog. That's right. Yeah, the big dog and the it's just a great movie. The whole cast, everything, those kids, all of it, the writing. Oh, I know. I know. What's his name from? What's the kid's name? The bigger kid. Yeah, he has an Instagram where he messes with them all the time. It's great stuff. If you ever get a chance to go and check it out. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. We got to get out of here for the day. You guys stay tuned for the Ralph Bailey Show. Thanks, Mike Armendariz and Eytan Wallace for stopping by. This is the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you. I'm starving. Haven't eaten all day. Y'all be good. I'm not watching the leg break, Mary. The leg break. She said, watch it. It's not that bad.